Today, the role of Jessica Buchanan will be played by Maggie Anderson.
Oh, quitting time.
It's only 4:30.
Yeah, well, done is done.
I'm sure that Nora expected that to take you a couple of days.
What can I say? My mind works best when it works fast. Besides, I got used to doing this type of stuff when I was interning for my dad during the summers. This boss pays a little better.
Oh, Nora's terrific. I really admire her. I like the way she's coping with her daughter, going to prison and all.
That's Rachel Gannon, right?
Yeah, her dad is Hank Gannon, the DA, and he's Uncle Beau's best friend.
Boggles the mind. And that would be like my dad and your dad ending up best friends.
It could happen.
I don't think so.
Well, they sort of bonded over our staying out all night. I mean, they both threw a fit.
Yeah. Don't remind me. Now I've got 2 of them on my case instead of 1. Well, that's it for today. What do you say we go someplace where there are no parents?
Oh, they're in my house. Mom's hardly ever home anymore.
Sounds good to me.
Taya, I'm sorry, okay? I know everything that you have suffered through with Todd, but I'm begging you not to give up on him now. He's just about to turn the corner.
Then come face to face with what?
Okay, the prospect of a new Todd is probably somewhat daunting, particularly when you are not familiar with what I think he's suffering from, which is a multiple personality syndrome. It is clinically called dissociative identity disorder.
It's like science fiction.
No, it is not. It is a very legitimate psychiatric disorder. Trust me, I suffered through it. Todd didn't tell you?
He made jokes about people running around inside your head. I thought he was just being Todd.
No. The technical term for the people is alters, and they're not running around inside my head anymore. No, I have been fully integrated. In other words, all the fragments of my psyche have been brought together as one to make me.
How? Why did it happen?
Sorry. That's okay. That's okay. You should know this because, in fact, it's relevant. I was sexually abused by my father when I was a child. Oh, Vicky. In fact, sexual abuse is the trigger for almost every single case of DID. The parts of me that could cope took over from and protected the parts of me that couldn't cope, and they became very separate identities, real personalities. I did not know that they existed. And so eventually we had to be introduced to each other. It was an extraordinary and a very painful experience, but it was ultimately successful, as you can see.
But I understood Todd's father abused him physically and mentally, not sexually.
So what exactly does that mean? Someone I never thought I'd see again.
Well, Todd is gone.
Okay. Who's this?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm me. And I get to be here for a while.
Oh, you're Tom.
Yeah, I'm Tom. Duh. I'm rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how come I can't pay for somebody to take this thing off my face?
Well, I'd say, actually, you're already very, very different than Todd.
Yeah?
So let me get this straight. It wasn't you that I pulled off of Peter Manning the night that you were trying to strangle him, right?
Hmm.
Why was that happening? You see, Todd wouldn't talk to me about it at all. So I'm just wondering if you will, Tom.
Oh, Rachel looked great, didn't she?
If she needs to go to the doctor or the dentist, she can go to her own, can't she? Or... No, probably not.
I might be able to pull some strings.
Thank God you're the DA.
A lot of good it does. Didn't keep our daughter out of prison.
Hey, you wrangled us a visit, right? She'll be okay. We'll be okay. But you know that. You're so confident.
Hey, is that why Rachel had to comfort me the night before we took her to Statesville?
Did she really?
Yeah. I gave her a book that's been like a Bible to me. And you know what she said to me? That whenever she needed strength, she'd think of me. I always thought she turned to RJ.
You just never give yourself enough credit. It's like, what, RJ got all the ego in the family?
That's why I'm alone, huh?
You're not alone. You know, there are a lot of people that come and go out of your life, but a child is forever.
You know, last night, I pulled out that plaster cast that Rachel made when she was in kindergarten. Remember the one of her hands? Yeah. Wow, they were so tiny. And I just couldn't help but remember how wonderful and beautiful she was as a kid. And hey, look, I know I'm not helping here. I'm sorry.
I was never much of a mother. But I love the feeling. It just made me feel so complete, you know? I don't know, maybe Bo's right. Maybe that's why I want to have another baby.
Sit down, Bo. Why? You got bad news?
Where ever did you get such an idea? Just because I want to sit down and have a talk with my own son?
Why does this remind me of when I was 11 years old and you told me that my dog had been hit by the mailman out on the road, you know? We're gonna have to put him down. Well, poor Patches. Get to the point.
Okay. So, what'd you do today? Besides read the paper and scratch your backside.
That's it. I'm out of here.
I'm just telling you like it is, Bo. It's hell for a man to sit back and watch another man do his job, and badly.
Pa, look, I'm not going to waste my time sitting around complaining about Sykes.
Well, that's the spirit. That mean you're going to get into action?
What should I do, just kick him out of my office?
No. I got a better idea.
You know what? I have fought this all the way to the state capitol, and I'm fed up with it.
Well, that's fine. It's fine. Then come work with me.
Not on your life.
You mean Todd's father?
I think it is very, very likely that Peter Manning used sexual abuse as a way to subjugate Todd.
What kind of monster would use that to punish his own child? Yeah. If it's true, I can't bear it.
I think that's what Todd's reaction was. He couldn't bear it, so somebody else had to.
How do you know this happened?
I don't know it for a fact, but I'm sure you remember the night that Todd was holding you in the cabana at the country club?
Yes.
Sam was talking to him, trying to get him to remember a night when he was about 14 years old, when he tried to strangle his father. From something Todd said to him that night, Sam is quite certain that there was sexual abuse involved. Did you remember something?
Todd practically threw me out when Sam started asking about that day.
Because he didn't want you to know.
So you heard this from Sam?
Yeah.
It would explain so much. Poor Todd. Why is it that no matter what he does, I hear myself say that?
Because you have a good heart and because he's touched it.
Oh, he manipulates me.
Yes, he does. But he doesn't do it on purpose.
You have to believe that. Otherwise, he's using you, too.
Taya, either way, I will stand by him. But will you?
What gives you the strength?
I promised myself that I would never let my brother struggle with his demons alone the way I had to. I don't know if you know this, but I was responsible for my own father's death. I didn't, well, one of my alters did it.
Oh.
And a big part of my reintegration was in being able to take responsibility for what I had done.
So your altar was protecting you?
Avenging is probably a better word, and I'm sure you can guess what triggered it.
Oh, I don't need to know any more about...
Yes, you do. You do. Because I am desperate to help you understand Todd.
How do you keep on loving him?
There are two big forces in this world, Taya. Love and evil. And my own body was a battleground for those two forces. And whereas I ultimately conquered the evil, the cost was my own father's life. He was a sick, sick man. But he needed help, not punishment. And so I have to make sure that Todd gets the help that he needs.
Well, Vicky, I'm sorry about all that. But you cannot ask me to be as understanding and loving as you are.
Okay. Okay. Remember this. If you walk away from him right now, it means that you are allowing a man that you love or have loved to be sacrificed to evil. Because if Peter Manning abused Todd sexually, that's evil. Make no mistake about it. That is evil, pure and simple. And his only salvation is love. And my love is not enough. He needs your love.
Can we just talk about something else?
No, I don't think so.
Please?
No. Look, there are a raft of charges pending against Todd.
Tom, call me Tom.
Fine. Well, no matter what I call you, it's not going to make the charges disappear. You understand?
I know. I'm going to have to pay for what that jerk did.
Well, not necessarily.
I should pay. I mean, did you see what he did to those people at the lodge? That was stupid. He's going to have to pay. There's no way they can punish him without punishing me. It just doesn't seem fair.
Hank Gannon is going to think that Tom is a lie. Now, if there was some way to prove that you are exactly who you say you are, then I might get the DA to rethink his case here. I tell you one thing I know for sure. Todd Manning would rather go to jail than talk about what Peter Manning did to him.
So, my dad raped me. Is that what you want me to tell Mr. Gannon?
You've done this before.
Of course. All Buchanan smoke cigars.
You can always tell a real Cuban, huh?
Absolutely.
The last time I lit one of those in your mother's library, she threatened to throw the whole bunch into the river.
Dad.
I'm glad I found you. Both of you. Well, your mother wants to gather the family for a dinner tonight. Sweetheart, you want to change or anything? I mean, not that you need to. You're pretty as a picture the way you are.
I'm sorry, I already have plans for tonight.
Well, can't you change them? This is really important to Lindsay.
I'm going out with Christian.
I'm sure he'd understand.
I want to go out with Christian. Next time, give me a little more notice, okay? In fact, I should get ready. Sorry.
Well,
Shall we?
you can't even wait to hear my offer.
Pa, I haven't worked at Buchanan Enterprises in years. Now, you don't need me there.
Maybe I want you there, Bo.
Why? You feel sorry for me?
Hell no. It's a family business. And by God, you're family. Unless you don't want to be.
No, wait a minute. Wait, is this where you disinherit me again?
What the hell is it with my sons?
You raised us to be independent.
All right, Bo. You want to hear the real truth? Sit down. When that scum Manning was playing sadistic games at the lodge, and my heart backed up on me, I figured he was going to let me die. And as I lay there looking up at that grinning gargoyle, my life flashed in front of my eyes, just like they say. And I thought about this company that I started from scratch. And nobody in the family to pick up the reins when I drop them. My whole life's work would end up in the hands of some strangers.
Pa, you're gonna live forever.
I'm proud of my boys, don't get me wrong, and all your accomplishments. And I would never want you ever to give up your dreams for one of mine. But suddenly, you're free, with a lot of pent-up energy at stake. You could invigorate this company that I hope to leave as a legacy for generations of Buchanans to come. And I'll tell you, son, I'd be proud if you'd put your shoulder to the wheel along with mine, Bo. What do you say?
Well, I've been thinking about those generations of Buchanans to come. And Nora has, too.
You gonna give me another grandchild?
No, hold it. Just hold it right there. I said she's been thinking about it, and that's all.
That's perfect.
Look, I'm going to think about the offer that you made me, okay? That's as far as we are at this point.
That's good. You think real good, you see. I got a daughter-in-law who's as persistent, if more so than I am. You ain't got a chance, Bo.
It's too much of a coincidence. You and Todd, Victor Lord and Peter Manning. Could Todd actually be using this horrible experience of yours as inspiration for some great escape plan?
But I don't think it's an act.
Kevin does.
Kevin has his own agenda.
Yes, so do I. My freedom and my survival.
You love Todd.
I can't do it anymore.
Taya, if my family had abandoned me when I so desperately needed them, I might very well not be who I am today. Don't you see that Todd needs you? No, at this point, Tom needs you.
And if Tom is a hoax?
So we've been had. So what? But if there is even the slightest little chance that there's truth in this, and you walk away, Todd could very literally die. Would you be able to forgive yourself if that happened? Trust me, I know what it's like to live with that kind of guilt.
Peter Manning raped you?
Oh. But you knew that.
I knew that. I thought I knew something happened. I mean, the night I walked in there and pulled you off your father, I looked in your eyes, and the boy that I used to coach wasn't there anymore. He just disappeared, and somebody else was there, and I just thought it was because you tried to kill your father.
Yeah, but that wasn't me.
Be that as it may, I've always felt that I should have prevented it.
Oh, you couldn't prevent it. Nobody can stop Pete.
Pete? Pete's the mean one?
Yeah, you know Pete. Well, Pete's angry all the time. He's angry at everybody. Except you.
And it's hard for him, you know, being angry at everybody all the time. I mean, especially because he can't tell everybody what he's so angry about. But he's the one who did that. All that stuff, hurt all those people, and did to other people what Peter Manning did to us. And me, I couldn't stop him. I don't want to be here.
You want to leave the hospital?
Yeah, I want to go home.
Fine. Then you're going to have to prove to people that it wasn't Tom that held all those people hostage. You understand? You're going to have to prove you are exactly who you say you are and why you did what you did. Now, will you be willing to let me use the full extent of the abuse against you in a court of law?
Well, sure, Coach. I trust you.
You know, if anyone can sell this defense, I can. The thing is, Todd knows that. Doesn't he, Tom?
Hey, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. I thought you went to pick up Jessica.
Well, I did. Unfortunately, she's otherwise engaged this evening, but I did find your son.
Thank you. I
believe that's mine. It's a family bonding. And ground rules.
Should I get out a notepad and pen or just a pair of manacles?
I told you I'd think about your offer, Pa, and I will. And that's just all I can do right now. Cocktail hour.
For some.
Oh, the dinner I was telling you about, the family dinner. That's going to be tonight. I hope you and Nora can make it.
You can bet they will. I'll check with my wife.
We'd have a good time, Bo.
All right, I'll call you, I'll let you know. Okay.
Good.
See you. Well, I've got another go-around with those folks in L.A. You'll excuse me?
I'll be upstairs.
Hold it. I think we'll have a little chat before dinner.
You've always been bedrock that the rest of us stand on to keep our heads above water. I say I want to have a baby, and you don't even bat an eye.
Well, I didn't figure you had planned to have me father this one.
I'm not trying to replace Rachel.
It never occurred to me.
I mean, she's got a big piece of my heart and always will. So do you.
What does Bo think?
I don't think he believes that I'm serious.
Are you?
A year ago, I would have laughed at the thought that my husband was having an affair with my secretary, and my self-esteem has taken quite a beating.
That I believe.
So, I guess maybe I just want to know I still can have a baby.
And then what? It would change your life and Bo's.
Don't bring it up to him, okay? I mean, I don't plan on discussing it with him again until at least I've done a little more homework.
All right. Sounds like a plan. And me, well, I've got to find out how to get Todd Manning back in jail now that he's no longer catatonic.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah. You too.
I don't know. I just can't help but get the feeling that I'm in an old game show, you know? Will the real Todd Manning please stand up?
Yeah. You know what? It's like that day that we had in the car.
What day?
You remember? Somebody was supposed to pick Todd up from football practice, right? And he got real angry. And I thought maybe one of us was going to have to come out. But then you showed up, and you gave us a ride home. And you took your hands off of the steering wheel. And you let Todd work the steering wheel while you controlled the brake pedal and the gas pedal. And we were like a team. You trusted us, and we trusted you.
I remember that.
Well, do you think that we'll ever be able to trust you like that again?
Could we?
Don't lay your guilt trip on me. I got into this situation for the money. Pure and simple. $5 million, and I've earned every penny of it.
You want much more than money from Todd. You want love.
No. I want out.
Taya. Taya, I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
Hang on. I am sorry.
Hang on just a little longer, please. It's life or death for Todd.
It is life and death for me too, Vicky. Todd Manning, whoever he is, has to be your carnival ride from now on. Not mine.
Have I been that wrong about you?
Maybe you're that wrong about Todd, too. Think about it.
Well, it's too bad that Jessica couldn't join us for dinner tonight.
Yeah, tough choice. A date with her boyfriend or an evening with the Rents.
You know, I don't believe my daughter shares your scorn for parental guidance. I just assumed she didn't pick it up.
Sorry, I didn't mean anything by that.
And you didn't mean to encourage her to spend the night in the town park.
I'm sure that's not going to happen again.
I'd kind of like to hear it from you, boy.
I'm just used to having a little more freedom, I guess.
Freedom's a good thing. I think kids should have freedom. That's how they learn responsibility. But your mother and I have responsibility, too. Now, you know, we got to make sure that you're safe and sound and healthy. How are we going to do that if we don't know where you are?
I understand.
Good.
So why don't you tell me what you expect of me, sir?
Well, first I expect you to call me Clint. And I also expect you to be home by midnight, unless we've agreed otherwise. The rest of it, we'll make up as we go along.
That's it?
If it happens again, I'll hand you your head.
Yes, sir. Clint.
He's not going to take advantage of your good nature anymore, I promise.
Good.
From now on, responsibility will be my middle name.
Speaking of responsibility, did you find a job?
I did, actually. I started today.
Oh, is it that late? I'm almost through.
Great.
How's Rachel?
Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. She's started an aerobics program, and she's going to, well, she says she's going to catch up on her reading while she's got this time in prison, and it's incredible, you know. Of course, she could have been saying all of that for our benefit. But...
I doubt that. She's her mother's daughter and her father's daughter.
No, that's what I told Hank. Who put that scowl on your face?
Pa.
Ah, what did the old reprobate do now?
He offered me a job.
And how big a fit did he throw when you say no?
I told him I'd think about it.
Well, he must have taken you on quite a guilt trip. What did he use, his heart attack? And give you that old, saw my life flash before my eyes speech?
Almost word for word. But he meant it. Most of it, anyway. He sees Buchanan Enterprises as his legacy.
Well, I suppose it is.
Kind of makes me stop and wonder what it is that I'm leaving for my son.
Honor. And integrity. And pride in being a cop. Your son didn't graduate #1 in his class from the academy by accident.
I just hope his career in law enforcement lasts longer than mine did.
I just think it's lunacy that they haven't reinstated you as commissioner.
I knew the risk I was taking when I tried to protect Drew.
Oh, Graham wanted Sykes in the job, and he used it as an excuse. I mean, it just wasn't fair.
It's life.
Yeah, but it's your life. And I don't think we should take it lying down, Bo Buchanan. I think we should do something about it.
You're out of your mind. There are precedents. All right, let me get this straight. Todd can't go back to jail because he isn't Todd.
Why is this so surprising? I mean, you have a case almost identical to this in Landview a few years ago. Vicky Carpenter.
Right. That was a legit deal. And they had medical experts to back up her diagnoses.
Fine, we will get medical experts.
You can buy anything.
Hey, I resent that.
Whose idea was this? Yours or Todd's?
Well, since Todd's original fragmentation happened probably when he was 14 years old, I don't think it has anything to do with the charges you're pressing against him right now.
Well, it's just a little too convenient. But somebody's going to have to prove to me that he's not using what happened to his sister to pull a fast one. Now, that guy can use any name he wants to. The man in that room is going back to jail.
So, tell us about your new job.
It's with a law firm.
Oh, great. That's great. He's following in his father's footsteps.
Who are you working for?
Nora Buchanan, actually. Small world, huh?
I'm impressed.
Yeah, she's really cool. I've already learned so much from her.
Hi. Will Rappaport. You have a phone call on my private line. Did you give that number out?
Yeah, I guess maybe I did.
That is my line. You got that? And tell that to your buddy.
Sorry. Guess we better add that to the list, huh?
He's waiting. Go on and get off.
Bob. He's a teenager. Well, so, he's working for Nora. Is that great?
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Someone cracks your eggs, make an omelet.
There's an entire police force of men and women out there who need you. Not to mention the good citizens of Landview.
Or maybe it's a sign.
What, a sign of the idiocy of politics? Or the sign of my own idiocy for hiring Georgie in the first place and then not kicking her out when she became so weird?
Maybe it's a sign that I should move on to something else.
Oh.
Guess who invited us to dinner tonight? Your favorite new sister-in-law.
Lindsay?
Unless there's another one that I don't know about.
Oh.
And Clint made it pretty clear that it would mean a lot.
Couldn't I suddenly come up with a case that I needed to work on all night?
No. I'll tell you what. I'll go. All right? And I'll tell them that you're working. You wait until dinner is served. Then you rush in, you stuff your mouth, okay? Then you probably only have to say maybe just 2 words to this woman.
I adore you.
You're not going to stand me up, are you?
I promise. I won't. See? Look. Oh, look. Ah. I'm working right now. See? Work.
Very good.
Okay?
I'll see you later.
All right. Commissioner Sykes, please. Tell him it's Nora Buchanan. Mrs. Bo Buchanan.
Hi.
Oh, Jessie, don't you look cute?
Oh, not cute, please.
I'm sorry, darling. You are beautiful. Is that better?
Look, I'm not going to stay out late tonight, so don't start lecturing me, okay?
I didn't even feel a lecture coming on.
You're staring, Mom.
I'm sorry. Can you spare a hug?
Sure. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah. Guess I just realized I haven't seen much of you lately.
Well, you're never home.
I know, I'm sorry. But I'm here now. Except you're going on a date, right? What time is Christian due?
Oh, actually, I'm meeting him right now, and I'm already late. I can hang out with you for a few minutes.
Oh, I think that would be lovely. Oh, hold on. Hello? Susanna! Hi! Oh, thank you. Hold on, just 1 second, sweetheart. It's Susanna Hannon, and she's calling me from Switzerland, okay? I just have to talk to her for a minute. It's very important. I'll be right there, okay? Susanna? I'm sorry. How are you? Good. Thank you for calling back. Oh, no. It really is not about me at all. I'm doing just fine. Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't really hear you. I'm sorry. No, what? I was distracted. Susanna, I think that someone I know is struggling with DID.
All right, fine. Don't take my word for it, all right? Here, officer, would you come here for a second, please? If you wouldn't mind, would you tell this gentleman if you've noticed any, let's say, change in Mr. Manning's behavior lately?
I'm listening.
Well, if I didn't know better, I'd say that wasn't the same guy that we locked up for that nurse's rape a few months ago. He's suddenly a pussycat.
I rest my case. Thank you. Hey, Taya. Taya, do me a favor. Would you tell Hank about Todd's state of mind? I mean, what do you think about his frame of mind?
I don't know my mind, let alone his. After what Vicky just told me, do you believe it?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I suppose you're going to go in to see Todd?
No, I can't talk to him right now. Will you just tell him...